What's up, guys? So I brought my spare transmission up to my work, and I'm going to try to work on it slightly here and there as I get a chance. We're going to take it apart and replace the synchros in it, and probably put an LSD in it by the time it's all said and done. But I'll be able to clean it and start taking it apart. But I got it up here so I can at least start to work on it. But so now I'm gonna start by, I gotta take this out, I gotta take that loose, that's what holds the reverse, and then this one and this one have detent balls behind them. I gotta do all that, and once I get done with that, I'll come back. Alright, so I got out this top plug, I got out the one that's for reverse, I got out the two detent balls, and then I took all the 12 millimeters that go around the bottom of the case. Now I got to break it loose and start the seal brake loose, and then come in here. Let me put some light on that situation. I got to get in there with a needle nose and push that open so that the whole shaft falls down. Alright guys, so I wasn't able to use both hands to get this off, but went ahead and got my buddy to hold the camera for me while I went ahead and got it taken off. This right here, got the case open so that way we can actually see the two gear sets, well, the two shafts with all the gear sets on them. And tomorrow or another day when I get a little bit more time, I'm gonna actually go through, check the synchros, make sure that there ain't no chips missing out of the teeth or anything like that. But I was at least able to get it cleaned up today and get it actually taken apart. So that's at least done. So I got it taken apart, got the one of the stacks right here wrapped up. And then I got the other one back in here so that way I can work on it. But I did it more or less so that way I could check out the synchros, and they don't look beat up or anything. That's fourth, that's third, second, or I guess that'd be first, or that's first to second, second to third, third to fourth, fourth to fifth. Alright, so I've started putting it back together. I didn't get much of it in recording so far. I got the two stacks back together. I got the shift forks back on it. I got the actual shifter back in here. I had to drop it down. Let's see if I can get this in that little slot where those pins go. That this shaft actually pulls it and actually does the moving. And then I had to line up those three arms right there to go on this, and then put the three bolts in it, and we got the reverse gear back on this side. So now I got the reverse selector. We got it up on this pin, and got it actually holding the gear, and then got it bolted down. So now everything is back in the transmission, and we can get ready to actually put the casing back on it. Alright guys, so I didn't get a chance to really videotape the night that I actually moved it, but I got lucky and got a chance to get my brother's hatch. Here it is. It's the other one he had. I'll show you some pictures of it in the video, but this is how it sits at the moment. It was been parked since a little bit before he passed away, and just been sitting there. So it had it's never had a swap in it. It's only ever been a single cam. So, but this one locked up, it overheated. I'll drop it and this thing will get a swap, whether it be B or K. I'm leaning more towards the K side, but we'll see how that goes. These canards are, my brother made them. He made this little thing to be able to heat and bend it. And he made those. So, and then he's got these ginormous lug nuts that I'll have to clean up. And they actually have spikes that go on the end of them. But it's just all kinds of junk in here at the moment. And then I have his JDM b18c that they ended up leaving out apparently, and they got all rusty. So this thing's probably gonna end up getting sleeved just because of that. But I'll go ahead and turn this around for you. B18C, no other designation. But I had to get that picked up and get it moved up here to the shop. But I figured I'd give y'all a little teaser of the car. Alright, so finally come make a video about it. I got it back Wednesday. No, I got it back Tuesday. And it is now Sunday. But it's the first chance I got to make a video on it. So the intake has been machined. They welded up the two holes that were here, and they moved it to here, and they added this little hole right here, and then they added this hole right here, and then since I had to add those holes, they machined it flat right here for the nut to sit, and they machined it flat right here for the nut to sit. And now after all this time, like 2 months or so, because we had to add that extra hole down there, and we had to add this hole right here that doesn't have a stud coming out of it. I've ended up having a bolt for it, and we had to move that water, but it now goes on an LS cylinder head. Alright, so this is what it looks like. Got the fuel rail mounted, fuel injectors are mounted, intake is bolted with the top 2 bolts to the cylinder head to give you all an idea of what it will look like when it's done. It's coming along nicely. Now that I got the intake back, I just got a few things to do. I got to order a gasket for it because I don't have a gasket for it at the moment. I don't have a thermal gasket for it, so I got to order a thermal gasket. When that comes in, I can bolt it on fully and I'm going to work on the wiring harness and a few things in between, trying to get that ready so that way when that gasket shows up, I can bolt that down and we can crank this thing up because it's really close. I just have to get the 2 plugs right there on the distributor, these 2. I get those plugged up, and then I have to bolt this here. I have to bolt that there because I got the grounds ran finally, so we'll bolt that there. And then once we do that, we run the couple power wires I need to behind the dash, which is why I got the dash pulled back out. And so that way I can run those couple power wires. I'm gonna run a plug in here, but that's where we're at so far. Alright, so I'm trying to work on the charge pipe even though it's getting a little dark. I got a pair of safety glasses that I'm gonna wear, and then we're gonna take this charge pipe and start trying to run it some. So I'll show y'all a little bit as we go. So I got the first piece cut last night. It started to rain on me. I didn't get a chance to actually videotape it, and then I'm making a hole over here because that's where the piping is actually going to go down through. And so I'm just making some extra clearance because it don't need to be there. So just making some room for the pipe. Alright guys, so I won't be able to get much more done than this. It's getting dark. The battery on the little Sawzall thing I got died, so I can't cut any more charge pipe or any of that. I did get the hole cut. I started to make it bigger, and I'm going to bring it on around down along this side right here, and then just have a little bit slightly bigger, but it's going to run from there straight, then dip down through there, then come out front, turn, go into the intercooler, and then out and back up into the, but more, technically this goes the other way, but I pretty much kind of mostly ran now because I have the piece already pretty much that I've decided to use that goes from there down to the intercooler, and then I more or less just have to figure out how I'm going to go this way and to the intercooler without interfering with the exhaust pipe where it comes out there. But it's getting close. Doing that while I have to wait on a gasket, so this is not fully bolted on. It's just like this right now, so that way I can start mocking up the charge pipe, getting that all done. I'm gonna end up welding the bung for the blow-off valve somewhere in here, probably closer up here somewhere, maybe off to the side, like right here or under. But yeah, it's coming along. I don't have to have this part exactly when the intake piece comes in, the gasket, when that comes in, and I actually bolt that on all the way, get all the water lines hooked up, hook that up. I gotta get a battery. I'm gonna get a battery, and the same time I get that, get those two wires done, or those two plugs done for the distributor, the one wire for the fuel pump, and the one wire for the ignition switch. And then when I bolt that on with the gasket and I put the battery in it and hook it all up, I can crank it up without any charge pipe, so no boost is going in it. We'll run it, get it warmed up, break it in, because it's all new bearings, all new rings, all new everything. It's old pistons and all that, but brand new rings, bearings, and all that. So break those in. When we get those broke in, then we'll hook the charge pipe up and actually have boost go into it. But we're coming along. We should be cranking it up here very soon, within the next week or two, when the stuff shows up. Well, I have to get it ordered first, but when it shows up and I get it all in here, we should be cranking it up soon. At least we don't hear what it sounds and getting it broke in. So it shouldn't be too much longer now that I got this intake. But this is all going to be done for today. If y'all like what y'all saw, don't forget to leave a like, comment, tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. You know, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and tell your friends and all about it. But y'all have a good evening and good night.